After competing in international competitions for over a decade, I retired in 2017. I've kept climbing since then, but obviously a lot less than I used to. But now, 6 years later, it's time for a competition comeback. And this is not some local comp I've signed up for, oh no, I'll be competing against some of the best climbers in the world. So the question is, how much have I lost since then? Or have I lost anything? Well, that's exactly what I'm gonna try to find out in this video. Before we start this video, I have a quick announcement to make, something that I'm really excited about. I've been working on this since December last year when I put out a community post and asked you guys for your climbing experience. The feedback was overwhelming. I got thousands of replies. And after several months of hard work behind the scenes, I'm finally announcing my course called Bouldering Blueprint. It will be available from September 20th. And right now, I'm actually able to give you a free sneak peek if you go to boulderingblueprint.com. And by doing so, you also make sure that you're first in line. This course will help you climb with better technique, get stronger on the wall, and climb harder grades than ever before. I've put my heart and soul into this, and I hope that you check it out, and I hope that you're as excited about it as I am. Now let's do some training. It's not a good pinky pull-up, but so I think this was in 2015 or something. So that is 8 years ago now. I'm really curious to see if I can do this. I remember it took me many tries, and now I've been a YouTuber for 6 years, so just so that I don't rip the skin off completely. Preparation is key when it comes to these things. What if I just rip my pinky off trying this? I think I have to be shirtless for this. 8 years later. Oh, oh, look at this. But that was, I would say like 10 or 20% of one. We have a lot of different exercises to go through though, so I'm not gonna try it for too long. No, I can't even pull on with my left. No, there's just like one shot, one kill. I could do a little bit of it, but not as well as 8 years ago. Let's move on to the next exercise. So the second one is a dead hang off the Beastmaker. It's around the corner now. So 13 seconds on my right, and let's see, left. 7 seconds. So this was 5 years ago that I did this. 13 on right and 7 on left. I actually don't think I've gotten that much weaker on this. I don't know right now though, but this is something I feel like I've been able to maintain pretty well over the years. Yeah, that was like 19 seconds or something. 18, 19. Ooh, I got like a crazy rotation though. But that was better than 5 years ago. I do think though that climbing is one of the few sports where you can actually get stronger through age, and especially fingers and stuff, tendons, it takes so long for them to get stronger that I know a lot of people who are in their 50s or 40s at least who still get stronger. I wish I could tell my 5-year younger self that I beat him 5 years later. I think my 5-year younger self would be really annoyed if I told him that. Oh yeah, that was 25 seconds. Jeez, wow. That's pretty good. So yeah, it looks pretty good for the competition that I'm competing in. I haven't competed in 6 years or something. I'm competing against the world's very best. So it's Adam Mondra, Will Bosey, Jan Hoyer, and Pete Whittaker. And we're all invited to Adam's gym, his gym opening. And we're each gonna set one boulder, and then we're all gonna compete on each other's boulders. So I will have to try to set a boulder that they can't do, and they will try to set a boulder that I can't do. I mean, I'm not saying this to be humble, but I'm almost guaranteed last place. They are like world class. And Pete, he has something that he's so good in that no one else can even touch him in. And that is cracks. So he's gonna set a crack, but I have no specialty. Like, I'm good in the same things that the other competitors are good in, just that they are so much better. But I guess I'm more there to entertain people anyway, so it'll be a fun time. But it's good to see that I've actually gotten stronger fingers now than 5 years ago. That makes me a little bit more optimistic. So I was able to do 60 kilos on weighted pull-ups, but that was with kipping and not the best form. Yeah, still got it. That is pretty crazy because I haven't done weighted pull-ups in a very long time. You know what? I'm gonna put on 2.5 kilos. You know what? I'm gonna put on 5 kilos. And I actually don't think that this is super relevant for climbing hard. Still, like, I used to train this a lot back in the day, so I just think it's nice to see whether I get fitter or I'm getting older. And it's also like when you climb, because the boulders always change, so you don't really have any reference, but this stuff remains the same. Maybe almost, I don't know if my chin was above the bar. I think it might have been, but I'm gonna call it there. 65 kilos, I'm happy with that. Let's move on to the next exercise. I'm gonna try 147 now. You couldn't do 147, you loser. Let's see if I can do it now. I could do 146, but I couldn't do 147. I mean, maybe these have gotten a little bit worse over the years, a little bit more slippery or something, but they've remained in the same spot. Like, all the other things have changed, but this has remained the same. And the rule here is that you can't use the thumb like this. You just have to crimp it. Okay, that was 146. So now I'm tied with my older self, younger self. This would be really fun if I could do, because this is more relevant to climbing. If I can do 147, I actually feel like I've gotten better since then, which would be crazy because I train probably like not even half of what I used to, but I think all that training I have from when I was younger is still in the system. So what I'm doing now is more like maintenance. And I also feel like every session that I have now is higher quality because I rest more in between sessions. When I was younger, I used to stress a lot because there was always a competition or something that I looked forward to. And I think now when I look back at it, I think I trained a little bit too hard. I think I should have allowed myself to rest more. No. Okay, yeah. I've not gotten stronger, but I haven't gotten weaker either. One finger pull-up with 12.5 kilos extra. This video is like probably like 9 years old though. This is when I was like probably at my peak. So this is probably gonna be really hard. I'm also doing all these back to back now, which makes it a little bit harder. No chance, no chance. Oh, I'm really excited about the comp actually. I haven't felt competition nerves in a long time, even though this is more of a friendly competition. I feel more honored just to be invited and to compete with like such a strong field. Adam Ondra, you all know, it will be super fun to see him again as well. And Will Bosey is probably the strongest bowler in the world right now. He just did Burden of Dreams, 9A, considered the hardest bowler in the world. It hadn't been repeated before he repeated it. I think it was this spring. And then Jan Hoyer, super strong climber, very big, muscular. And then it's Pete. I haven't seen Pete in a long time either. So that's gonna be exciting. And also the next video I'm doing is gonna be with Adam and Will. So that is gonna be super interesting. You should definitely watch that. Okay, so here I'm trying 1.6. It doesn't look like I can do 1.6. But I was going left hand first though. I'll try the other hand. I would say it's pretty much tied with my younger self. Oh man. I'm landing with like an open hand. I think I have to land like this. I have to get my pinky on as well. And also Jan Hoyer, who's competing in the competition, he's said to have done, I think it was 1/8. It's not the same campus sport, it might be not the same distance or anything, but it looks huge. That guy has just like so much power, it's crazy. Okay, that was close enough. I did it. I could do it 5 years ago with my right hand first. This is another video. Maybe I lost a little bit of explosive power with age. I feel like as you get older, you become more static. There's another, since we're on the campus board, here's another one. 1/6 on the bigger rungs. 1/6. Ooh, that is far, yeah. So all the way up to 6. I gotta touch it at least. Yeah, I feel like that was pretty much the same as 5-6 years ago. To work on my one arm front lever, that's something I'm practicing now. All right, let's see if I can do a better one. I could hold it longer at least. It's one of the exercises where I feel like I've actually gotten stronger. I think the conclusion so far is that for the static exercises, I've gotten, or I'm at the same level or sometimes even a little bit stronger. But on the dynamic exercises, I've gotten a little bit weaker. So the last exercise, this is the hardest exercise I've ever done. I've only done it once in my life. And I feel like it was lucky. I was probably I had a really good day because I've never been able to repeat it since. And that is the one arm muscle up. I'm gonna try not to do one arm muscle up. This is the last thing I'm doing at the end of the session. I've done all these other exercises before this. We've shot this video in like an hour. See how it goes. Whew. Oh my goodness, that was so much closer than I thought. The first part is the hardest part. What? That was pretty good actually. I have to try it again. Like last time I tried it, I couldn't get, once I got over the bar like that, I could press. Like first try. But I couldn't, like the hard part was to get over the bar. Man, I'm really surprised I could do that actually. Okay, now I really want to get it. Maybe I'll even get a cleaner one than last time. Det var faen meg, det var... Ja, det har jeg aldri trodd at jeg skulle, for jeg har prøvd det siden og aldri kommet opp sånn. So I think the muscle up, that was in 2017, so that's 6 years ago. But when I'm this close without having trained it, I actually do think that if I practice the last part, I could probably get a cleaner one than the one 6 years ago. One last try. No. If you like this video, you should really click on this one. You'll love this one.